Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for some electrifying wisdom because I just read a book so insightful. It's like we've all been living in a foggy, low resolution world, and someone just handed us the HD glasses. The title? Inside the Tornado. Not what you're thinking. It's not a storm chaser's diary, but it might as well be given the whirlwind of ideas packed inside. Now listen closely, because I'm about to lay down the top 10 lessons from this paperback powerhouse that even the savviest business guru might have missed if they only gave it a once over. And remember, these aren't your run of the mill, please hold my avocado toast while I TED Talk insights. We're talking about the mother lode of market wisdom. So put on your mental parachutes because we're diving in. 1. The technology adoption life cycle, or as I call it, the how to not let your great idea die lonely and forgotten cycle. This book breaks it down like an episode of your favorite primetime show. Every innovator's dream starts with those early adopters, those wonderful nerdy risk takers who love new toys. But here's where it gets good. What happens after that honeymoon phase is what separates the Silicon Valley legends from the what was that app called again? Nobody's. Crossing the chasm, my friends, is like trying to jump from one skyscraper to another. Many won't make it, but those who do, they join the ranks of the gods of commerce. And let me tell you, spoiler alert, it takes more than a cape and some fancy flying. 2. Now, if you've managed to hop, skip, and jump your way across the chasm, you enter the tornado phase. And this is where things get wild. You're not just trying to keep up with the Joneses anymore. You're trying to keep up with the stampede that the Joneses have joined. Growth is exponential, the demand is through the roof, and your cute little home office, it's a full-blown command center. Bottlenecks are popping up like your grandma's birthday notifications, and if you're not ready, you're toast. Burnt toast. Not the good kind with butter and raspberry jam. We're talking charred, unrecognizable, is this even edible sort of toast. 3. Capitalize on the tornado, they say. Easy, right? Sure, if you think riding a bull with one hand while juggling flaming chainsaws is easy. The name of the game is scalability. You've got to blow up your capacities faster than a squirrel stockpiling nuts for a winter that's always coming. More servers? Check. More staff? Check. More coffee for that staff? Double check. You ride this tornado and you don't let go until you've installed seat belts and a 5-point safety harness. 4 inflection points. That's a fancy term for get ready to pivot like you've got the swivels of an Olympic gymnast. This book lays it out. The market's always moving, and you've got to spot the waves before they crash. Today's hot seller is tomorrow's sad, dusty relic, chilling on a shelf next to Beanie Babies and a Zune. Anticipate, adapt, or prepare for a swan song. 5. Oh, look, success. Now what? That's right, kids. After the tornado comes the Main Street. It's where you turn your one-hit wonder into classic rock status. Keeping that momentum is like trying to push a grand piano up a hill in the rain with only roller skates for traction. You've made it this far, but if you can't evolve and maintain relevance, you'll be singing the blues in no time. 6. The tornado's gone. Now what's left? The aftermath. This book is not just a happy-go-lucky pat-on-the-back fest. It's a no-holds-barred look at the harsh light of dawn after the party. More companies implode here than a controlled demolition because they thought the hard part was over. Newsflash, there's more hustle needed in peacetime than in war. 7. Maturity, my good people, maturity. It can either look like a fine wine getting better with age or like those leftovers in your fridge you swore you'd eat, but are now evolving into a new life form. Your product, your vision, it's got to mature like George Clooney, not like that milk you left out a tad too long. Manage your life cycle before it manages you out the door. 8. Take the bowling alley approach, the book says. What in the world, right? Well, imagine your product's the ball and the market's your pins. You've got to aim for the sweet spot and get that strike. You take out one pin at a time. That's the sweet spot in your demographic. Forget about this scattershot approach. It's all about precision, or you're gutter bound. 9. Dealing with commoditization. This is when your product goes from, wow, that's shiny, to, I can find 10 more just like it for a cent cheaper. When customization's the only thing keeping you afloat in the Red Sea of Me Too's, you better whip up that special sauce, and it's got to be tastier than anything out there. Differentiate or disintegrate, my friends. 10. Finally, we've come to the ever important topic of partnerships. Your company's the Lone Ranger, and it needs a Tonto. Without alliances, without those buddies in the trenches, your solo act is just a karaoke night gone wrong. Make friends, play nice, and for the love of all that's profitable, ensure it's a win-win. Your network is your net worth. Remember that when you're wheeling and dealing. Now, if any of this sounds like your brain just ran a marathon in high heels, I get it. I'm winded too. But folks, Inside the Tornado isn't just a book. It's a playbook for the big leagues. It's the difference between the kiddie table at Thanksgiving and sitting at the head with the big old turkey leg. So, go forth, innovate, churn through the tornado, strut down Main Street, and when you make it big, let's just say, don't forget who gave you the GPS coordinates to Success City. And with that, I leave you with a final thought. Fasten your seatbelts because the business world's a wild ride, and without a guide like this book, well, you might just end up flying off the roller coaster and into a kiddie pool. Embarrassing, damp, and publicly speaking, a big old belly flop. Remember, when you're out there making waves, it's not just about riding the tide. It's about creating a tsunami of success that leaves everyone else soggy and Googling, how the heck did they do that? That's Inside the Tornado for you, your stormtrooper in the galactic battle of business. Now saddle up, Space Rangers. We've got empires to build.